The Fokker 50 is equipped with a single hydraulic system. The hydraulic system is pressurized to 3,000 pounds per square inch by 2 engine-driven pumps. The hydraulic system supplies hydraulic power to the flaps, the landing gear, the nose wheel steering, the normal braking system, and the alternate braking system. The hydraulic fluid used is to specification MIL-H-5606. This fluid is red in color, fire resistant, and has an operating temperature range from -54 degrees Celsius to 135 degrees Celsius. The engine-driven pumps are located on the propeller reduction gearboxes, the left engine-driven pump on the left gearbox, and the right engine-driven pump on the right gearbox. All other hydraulic system components are located in the hydraulic bay in the left nacelle tail cone. Hydraulic fluid is held in the hydraulic tank. The hydraulic tank is pressurized with air from the bleed air system in order to prevent pump cavitation. The hydraulic tank is fitted with a low air pressure sensor, a hydraulic fluid overheat sensor, a low quantity sensor, and a quantity transmitter. The hydraulic fluid flows from the tank to the engine-driven pumps via fire shutoff valves. The left and right fire shutoff valves are controlled by the respective fire handles located on the flight deck overhead panel. When a fire handle is pulled, the associated fire shutoff valve closes and the hydraulic fluid supply to the relevant engine-driven pump is cut off. The hydraulic fluid flows from the engine-driven pumps at a pressure of 3,000 psi via check valves to the hydraulic subsystems. Check valves are installed to prevent the reverse flow of hydraulic fluid. These valves ensure that fluid cannot flow from an operating pump to a non-operating pump. If one of the engine-driven pumps fails, the remaining pump can continue to pressurize the system to 3,000 psi and still meet system fluid requirements. Pressure relief valves are installed downstream of the engine-driven pumps to protect the system against overpressure. These valves open when pressure is above 3,500 psi. A system accumulator keeps pump pulsation loads to a minimum. Hydraulic fluid is supplied to the engine pumps via which of the following? Please touch the highlighted area. That's right. In addition to the 2 engine-driven pumps, the hydraulic system can be pressurized by an electric pump. The electric pump is used by maintenance personnel for system testing and to pressurize the brake accumulators on the ground. To test your understanding of the system so far, which of the following describes the function of the system accumulator in the hydraulic system? Please touch the highlighted area. Yes. The hydraulic service panel is located in the hydraulic bay in the left nacelle tail cone. The hydraulic system can be pressurized on the ground by connecting a test rig to the pressure and suction connections on the hydraulic service panel. This operation is carried out for maintenance purposes. A check switch is used to examine the quantity of fluid in the hydraulic tank during maintenance. When the check switch is used, the quantity indicators at the service panel are powered by the DC ground handling buzz. Touch the option that shows the correct location of the main components of the hydraulic system. Please touch the highlighted area. That's right. To check your recall of information presented in the overview, touch the option that presents a complete and accurate list of the subsystems supplied by the hydraulic system. Yes. Controls and indicators relating to the hydraulic system are located on the hydraulic control panel. The hydraulic control panel is located on the center overhead panel on the flight deck. The left and right engine pump push buttons are located on the bottom left of the hydraulic control panel. These push buttons control the left and right engine-driven pumps. The engine pump push buttons are blank when the relevant engine pump is operating normally. An amber fault light is displayed in the relevant pump push button if pump output pressure is low. A white off light indicates that an engine-driven pump has been switched off. The electric pump push button is located to the right of the engine pump push buttons. This push button is guarded and displays a white on light when the electric pump is switched on. Which hydraulic panel indicates that the left engine pump is off, the right engine pump has a fault, and the electric pump has been switched on? That's right. Hydraulic fluid quantity and pressure are monitored using the rotary display selector and the digital display window. When the selector is in the quantity position, hydraulic fluid quantity is displayed as a percentage of hydraulic tank capacity. When the selector is in the pressure position, the display shows the hydraulic system pressure in pounds per square inch. The electric power source for the pressure indication is DC buzz 1 and for the quantity indication DC buzz 2. The amber lights above the engine pump push button come on to indicate low fluid quantity, fluid overheat, or low tank air pressure. The fire handles are located on the overhead panel in the flight deck on either side of the hydraulic control panel. The fire shut-off valves are opened and closed by the fire handles. A fire shut-off valve closes when its associated fire handle is pulled and opens when the fire handle is returned to its normal position. The electric power source for opening and closing the fire shut-off valves is the respective emergency DC buzz. The operation of the two engine-driven pumps is controlled by the left and right engine pump push buttons. When the engine pumps are operating normally, the associated pump push buttons are blank. Carry out the necessary action to switch on the left engine pump. Both engine pumps are now on. When an engine pump push button is switched off, the white off light is displayed. Although no pressure is supplied, the associated pump is still driven by the engine and is fluid lubricated. The electric pump is used by maintenance personnel to make ground checks and can be operated up to 5 minutes maximum. The operation of the electric pump is controlled by a guarded push button on the hydraulic control panel. Carry out the procedure to switch on the electric pump. Complete the procedure. Note that the white on light monitors the push button position and not the pump operation. There are no fault indicators in the electric pump push button. The pump can, therefore, only be monitored for correct operation by the pressure display indicator. Check the hydraulic pressure generated by the electric pump. Having checked the pressure, the selector is returned to the off position. Complete the procedure. That's right. When the fluid quantity is at or below 38% of hydraulic tank capacity, the amber low quantity light on the hydraulic control panel comes on. Low fluid quantity causes a level 2 alert. When the temperature of the fluid in the hydraulic tank is above 90 degrees Celsius, the amber overheat light comes on. Fluid overheat causes a level 2 alert. When the air pressure in the hydraulic tank is below 15 psi, the amber tank pressure light will come on. Low tank pressure causes a level 2 alert. Which of these conditions causes the low quantity light on the hydraulic control panel to come on? Please touch the highlighted yes. Which of these conditions causes the overheat light on the hydraulic control panel to come on? Please touch the highlighted. That's right. When downstream pressure from an engine pump falls to 2,500 psi, an amber fault light appears in the associated engine pump push button. Low pressure causes a level 2 alert. When the engine pump push button is switched off, the fault light is extinguished and the off light illuminates. Extinguish the fault light in the right engine push button. The fault light is inhibited when the aircraft is in takeoff mode, or the associated engine is shut down, or the push button is off with the white off light displayed, or the associated fire handle is pulled. In which of the following situations is it possible for a fault light to come on in the engine pump push buttons? Yes. The hydraulic system light comes on at the central annunciator panel if the integrated alert system is operating in backup mode and both engine pumps fail, or both engine pumps are switched off. In the event of an engine fire, the relevant fire handle is pulled. Assume the right engine is on fire. Isolate the right engine pump. Pulling the fire handle causes the fire shut-off valve to close and the hydraulic supply to the affected engine to be cut off. However, the relevant fault light does not come on as it is inhibited. The affected engine pump dry runs and subsequently has to be replaced. Hydraulic power is supplied by two engine pumps to the flaps, the landing gear, the nose wheel steering, the normal braking system, and the alternate braking system. The operation of the hydraulic system is monitored automatically and relevant indications are displayed on the hydraulic control panel. Pilot intervention is only required in non-normal situations of low fluid quantity, fluid overheat, low tank pressure, pump faults, and engine fire. In the event of an engine fire or failure, the affected system should be isolated. A single engine pump is sufficient for normal operation.